What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Mind Something. If you're new here, my name's Jake, and today we got some breaking news. It has just been announced EVGA is no longer going to be an Nvidia partner. That's right, you heard that correct. EVGA will no longer be selling Nvidia graphics cards moving forward. They will be basically getting through their 3000 series inventory, and then that is it. And this news just broke about an hour ago. The first video that I saw was coming from Jay's 2 cents, but you can see that Gamers Nexus has just covered this, and so has Classical Technology about 20 minutes ago. And yeah, so the big question is why? Well, Jay's 2 cents and Gamers Nexus, they both got to sit down in a meeting with the board of EVGA and discuss what is happening. Now, according to what Jay's 2 cents is saying, they're simply sick and tired of the abuse. It's been going on for far too long. If you look at the history of what's been happening, when you have a manufacturer that is selling their product against their AIB partners, that's never going to work out well in the long term. So initially, when the 10 series Founders Editions were announced, a lot of industry leaders were scratching their heads trying to figure out why the hell would Nvidia sell their graphics cards directly to the public and undercut their AIB partners, right? Well, initially, the first Founders Edition, according to Jay's 2 cents, was actually $100 more than MSRP, and it was supposed to be a limited time, right? But then the 20 series comes out, and what happens? Same price as MSRP. That's got to be a really tough pill to swallow as an AIB partner, I would imagine. But what choice were they left with, right? Well, this is the choice that they're left with, and it's finally been made, and the first company to do it is EVGA. Now, this is going to shake up the industry drastically, right? And I'm going to go ahead and speculate on where I think things might go from here. The first thing I want to bring up is the fact that the U.S. is building chip factories here in the United States. And this has been talked about for a really long time. But all three of the manufacturers, Intel, TSMC, and Samsung, and other global companies are planning chip fabs in the U.S. in the coming years, while billions of dollars will go for those high-tech plants and their equipment. Questions remain on how companies will fill their needed jobs. But you know, we've known about this for a while, and given the tensions with the situation with China and Taiwan, you know, that could come to a head at some point, and the situation may be implying a little bit more scarier information than we all really want to take into account. But having said that, going back to EVGA, 80% of their revenue comes from selling Nvidia cards. Can you imagine making that decision to get rid of 80% of your revenue? You know, that in itself speaks volumes as to what type of abuse they've dealt with over the last few years. And EVGA is an outstanding company. They're one of the top companies when it comes to warranty, the upgrade program. Yeah, we've had our ups and downs with all the shortages and, you know, us as miners taking up all the cards and the prices going higher and whatnot. But this is a really, really big deal, guys. So keep your eye on the situation. I'll continue to fill you in as more details come out. The other thing I want to let you guys know is, you know, we don't know if they're going to continue to sell graphics cards moving forward. They haven't announced this, but I have some sneaking suspicions that they're going to partner with one of the other manufacturers. Now, who is that going to be? Is it going to be Intel or is it going to be AMD? Now, I would guess most people would probably speculate that it's going to be AMD, because AMD has been around a lot longer and they've got really, really excellent products. They're very competitive with Nvidia, and the newer series is looking really, really good. But let's face it, Intel is very, very large as well, and they don't have the market share that they want to have just yet. So I'm thinking that there may be some discussions going on in the background, or may have already been some discussions going on in the background that we're not aware of. So don't count out Intel just yet. And again, nothing's been announced. Nobody's saying that, yes, for sure, EVGA is going to continue to sell graphics cards, but I wouldn't be surprised to see it coming down the pipeline. Now, what does this mean for Nvidia? Well, who's to say? But, given the fact that they are all building factories here in the U.S., it's looking very likely that either A, they intentionally plan to ostracize their AIB partners and move forward with selling to the general public, or they're inadvertently going to push away all of their AIB partners. So, like I said, I'll continue to monitor the situation, let you guys know what I find out, but if you would do me a favor, hit that like, hit the subscribe if you haven't already. I'll keep you updated. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you guys on the next.